Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that. The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Camoran. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side. That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Camoran used the book to open a portal to a paradise where all his followers would live forever. Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood. Did you have any questions about the museum, or would you rather talk business?
Why did you open this museum?
It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment,
So
we
what is
held
this
the
Mythic
fate of
Dawn
the world in
cult?
our hands. They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim II. All that remains of the infamous cult, I've gathered in my museum.
Who is Mehrunes Dagon?
Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of change, destruction, and ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim dynasty and opened the Oblivion gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis.
Let's talk about this job you want done.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes Razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
You want me to get those fragments?
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders, and the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No
I want to
questions
know more
asked.
about the Razor.
The Razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worshipped Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. Good luck finding the fragment.
one where you saw a lady in half?
Look! Bakur! Hold! Now test!
Yes?
Going to cry now, huh? Oh. Enough!
questions.
Yield, and I may still show mercy. Gods, no!
Hold! Now test! Hold! Now!
So soon?
I have some things to sell.
Must be hungry for a deal. Haggling with you can be so entertaining. I do so love dealing with mortals. So we meet
Was?
until you see.
Ja. Was? Ja. Was? Ja. Rhyme? Sigro! Wool? forming the Dawn Guards. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften.
Might consider joining up myself.
To the inn for a drink.
Come on
Sorry,
in.
could you describe
Let me
the
know if you
smell?
need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. Like some horrible monster was turned inside
Latoria
out and then
greets you.
exploded.
What's a Khajiit like you doing in a place like this?
It was a minor miscalculation.
Thinking that this is funny, do you? This one does not think so. Latoria is wallowing, so leave her be.
What are you wallowing about?
Latoria tries and she tries, but she cannot grasp the magic in the way that the college teaches. So Latoria leaves the college to seek knowledge on her own.
When will enough be
But the
enough?
sources of ancient magic in
As long as he
Skyrim are
keeps
in
paying.
dangerous places.
To himself and isn't hurting.
For Latoria to learn, she must commune with these ancient sources, rather than reading about
My
them in
place to get
books.
involved in their affairs.
But as Latoria says, the places,
The one that told
they
me
are
to stay out.
dangerous, and she fears no good would come on her own. And so she wallows.
What kind of places?
Ancient Nordic tombs, ruins of the Dwemer, the lost places of the Falmer, all offer sources of ancient magic yet to be discovered.
What if I told you there was a way?
You know of a way Latoria can safely commune with the ancient magics? Without Latoria coming to harm? What way is this? This guild, you are making it? Oh, Latoria would be so very happy to join and help if she could safely study the secrets of these ruins. Most exciting she thinks this would be. Thank you, Guildmaster. Latoria will not let you down.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
Why is it so empty here?
You mean the inn or Winterhold? Suppose it's the same answer either way. Winterhold's fallen on hard times, to say the least. Most folk packed up and left years ago. A few of us are either too stubborn or too crazy to go, so we do our best to make a living.
Have you considered moving elsewhere?
Winterhold doesn't offer much, but we like living here. Been here all our lives.
You might find it easier to provide more if you were running an inn in Solitude.
We may not have as much to offer as Whiterun or Solitude, but we'll do what we can to make your stay a pleasant one.
Do the college mages come to the inn often?
Well, most of our business comes from folks traveling to and from the college. The mages at the college keep to themselves for the most part, so we don't see much of them.
Actually, I'm headed to the college as well.
If you're here for the college, don't let the folks in town bother you. Just try and keep to yourself. Until next time.
Welcome to Winterhold, or at least what's left of it. This here's the frozen hearth.
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
What can you tell me about Winterhold?
I'm afraid there's not much to be said. Winterhold is hardly what it used to be. You can talk to Birna if you need to buy anything. She doesn't have much, but could certainly use the coin. And then there's our little inn. Most of the business we get is from folks here to visit the college, though even that's dried up some.
I overheard something about a college.
That's right. College of Winterhold, just north of town. Hard to miss.
I'm looking for work. Got any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
understand Irid's been playing Hunt the Elf again.
It's just children playing, Harid. Stop, thief!
Stop! In the name of the Jarl! By order of the Jarl, stop right there.
Any chance I could talk you into overlooking this?
All right, but you just watch yourself. Next time, I might not be so lenient.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep walking.
How can I help you?
Can you tell me about Winterhold?
If you need something, I'm just the housecarl.
Winterhold may not look impressive, but it has a very rich history.
Is the college dangerous?
All right then.
Winterhold was once the capital of Skyrim, you know. Quite an honor.
Is the college dangerous?
Goodness, no. They're simply scholars. They mean no one harm. I've had several conversations with Archmage Aaron over the years. Oh, he's perfectly polite, if a bit guarded.
I'd like to know more about Winterhold's history.
I'm afraid the Winterhold you see before you is somewhat underwhelming. I can assure you, though, that it was quite something in its prime. An early capital of Skyrim, you know. Sadly, the Oblivion Crisis took its toll on Winterhold, in more ways than one. Then, the Great Collapse swallowed most of our beloved city.
The Great Collapse? What's that?
Just about 80 years ago, there was a terrible disaster. The cliffs overlooking the Sea of Ghosts collapsed, taking most of Winterhold with them. In the middle of it all, the college was practically untouched. Many of the survivors were suspicious. Some believed the mages were behind the whole thing, and others felt they could have at least prevented it. Archmage Aaron assures me that his people had nothing to do with it, and I believe him. But Winterhold never recovered.
How did the Oblivion Crisis impact Winterhold?
You may have noticed the college just to the north there. Very prestigious place. Mages from all over Tamriel traveled here to seek knowledge. After the Oblivion Crisis was over, many felt that magic users were to blame. Elves, to be specific. It created a great deal of tension. A good many dark elves were driven from the city, and people became uncomfortable with the presence of the college.
Kraldar's family was once very powerful in Winterhold. It's my honor to assist him even now.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
Why are you out here?
I am here to assist, and if, in the process, the more important question is, why are you here?
May I enter the college?
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
want to unravel the mysteries of Aetherius.
Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. This is a noble goal, indeed. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will.
Would you grant entry to the Dragonborn?
Dragonborn? It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Greybeards. Do you really have the voice? I would be most impressed to see that.
No?
So the stories are true. You are Dragonborn. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. But you... I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Good. Glad we straightened that out.
Now test! The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated.
Is there anyone at the college who can instruct me in the voice?
Unfortunately, I doubt it. It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Greybeards, but they may be able to help you. Mirabelle will be waiting for you.
No?
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reason behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find that Balmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college.
You-
here at the pleasure
you can
of the
see me?
Archmage.
Of course I can.
appreciate the opportunity.
Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent.
Very good. Then we're done.
I'd like you to train me in illusion magic.
I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms.
Do you study anything else besides illusion magic?
Well, yes. In fact, I studied the existence of so-called doomstones throughout Skyrim.
Can you show me how to find some of them?
I'll show you what I know.
Who created the stones?
References to similar stones appear in lore throughout the various Tamrielic cultures. None, however, exactly match the markings or distribution of Skyrim stones.
Are these stones magical?
The prevailing opinion of Skyrim natives is that the stones are indeed magical in nature. Many are drawn to these stones based on the local stories describing them as a source of significant power. While there is no direct evidence of this, it does seem likely.
Do the stones serve a purpose?
Their relative positions do not indicate that any individual stone is part of a larger, unobserved pattern. Also, their placement throughout Skyrim does not correspond to any known magical phenomena. At present, there's no confirmation of any of the various theories surrounding the nature of these stones.
How old are these stones?
The age of the stones themselves is yet to be officially determined. It has been widely assumed that they were placed during the Merethic era. Writings from that period, including those of Ysgramor himself, do not mention the stones, and thus this idea cannot be verified.
That's all I wanted to ask about the stones.
It's such a fascinating subject. These stones will be remembered long after we're gone.
Why should I study the School of Illusion?
They say knowledge is its own reward. You know, illusion really is the least appreciated of the schools of magic.
Illusion just seems weak compared to the other schools of magic.
Knowledge of truly powerful illusion spells is here at the college, but it is hidden from those who might misuse it. But keep studying. You've only scratched the surface.
Is there any college business I can assist with?
There may be a matter in which your skills could be useful. The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing.
All right, I'll help.
Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will allow you to go to each focal point and remove whatever. Return the gloves to me when you. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences.
What did you need me to do?
Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished.
What have you got for
I
sale?
thought I made this rather clear. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the college.
I was told to come see you.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared. Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you.
Tell me about your work.
The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
So no one else knows about it?
I don't think anyone here truly understands how useful my work will be. When I've finished what I'm working on, everyone will understand its significance. It's very important, I assure you. Until next time.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
Who are you talking about?
Feralda. Don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and I know what she's been up to.
Nice to meet you. I'm one of the new apprentices.
Well, you clearly possess the minimum aptitude required. Congratulations, and welcome to the College of Winterhold.
Do you have any advice for an aspiring mage?
Just like anywhere else, it's all about who you know. Lucky for you, you know me. I hope I can count on you if I ever need a favor.
I can do that.
Wow, look at you. You show real promise. I look forward to following your progress here at the college. Oh, and one final thing. If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards. After I finish showing you the grounds, we can talk. Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
I need something enchanted.
I'm sure you can figure it out on your own. If you can't, perhaps Urag has a book you can read.
Can't you do it for me?
No, I have enough to keep me busy. View it as a chance to hone your craft.
Is there any college business I can assist with?
I need some more supplies. Can you help out with that?
What did you say you needed?
I'm running. If you can bring me 3 more, that
I've got
would
the
be
gems
helpful.
you asked for.
So you do. Thank you. This will help quite a bit.
You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken.
No, we haven't.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Dangerous research must be a problem here.
Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us.
What's the purpose of the college?
Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners, or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us.
How do the local Nords feel about the college?
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. They don't need additional reasons to hate us.
Is there anything we can do?
Someday the college may be fully accepted by the Nord. Meanwhile, it's not the place of the college to become involved in local politics.
I'd like to know more about the college's history.
I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid.
What happened in the last few hundred years?
The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched.
What caused the Great Collapse?
No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college. said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case.
Tell me more about the Great Collapse.
The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Until next time.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching you, all of you, very closely.
What is it you do here?
I am an advisor to the Archmage. The Thalmor wish to promote relations with your college. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice.
Does the Archmage often ask for advice?
Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusting.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it. Can? And will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if... I couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do?
I think we should learn something practical.
Is that so?
See, she agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
I already know it, and already know how to use it.
Well, then this should be no problem at all for you. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell, and keep it up. You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. I'm on your side. Excuse me. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the very...